You ain't hearing this stuff in no church. So you need to be quiet and listen.
Right.
But we know you're not, so you're going to have to take this spiritual thrashing.
That's right.
Everybody out here is just going to have to take it.
That's right.
Now, as you disappear from us, the Lord's going to deal with you.
Right.
The Lord's going to deal with you. Go ahead.
Verse 7, that the land which thou esteemest above all other might receive a worthy colony of God's children.
That's it. Go ahead, precept.
This is Jeremiah chapter 4 and 22. For my people are foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children.
Sottish. Brute beast of children. They want to do everything what they're supposed to do. The way you should live is laid out in front of you. But you want to follow after the so-called white man, the so-called, all the Asian man, all these people. The way of life, true life, is a path before you. But you want to go after all these other things. For what? For the pleasures of life. When in fact, there are no pleasures of life on this side. What is good for you? Somebody might say, well, shit, something good to my taste is like a donut, a sweet donut. That ain't good for you. That's just a complete blob of sugar and butter. And you eat 3 of those first thing in the morning, along with some coffee.
Yeah, and coffee.
Some McDonald's coffee or something like that. That's horrible.
Yeah.
What is good for you? Man, get some box. There's all kind of hell you can go through behind some box. Behind some box, now you got 5 kids.
Ooh.
You working a job getting, I don't know, $17, $18 an hour. But you on child support, you only seeing $400 every 2 weeks. That's not good. What else is good, man? My car. Just wait. Just hold on. Just like every other car. Talk to me this time next year. Your radiator gonna be out. You gonna have you change your starter twice. Your battery. Everybody know the tire. Everybody know. You wake up. The battery never calls you in the morning and say, "Hey man, you might want to start thinking about getting a new battery. In about a week, man, I don't think I'm gonna be good. So you might want to start thinking about getting another one." No, how does it happen? You get up from work, running late. You put the keys in there, turn it, nothing. Turning it, nothing. What does every Jake do? Start tapping that gas? Turning it, nothing. That's how that shit happens. So as you think your car, I made it, I'm driving around nice, man, none of this stuff is pleasure.
That's right, man.
All of this stuff is just a figment of your imagination. From the top car to the bottom car. From the airplanes down to the bicycles. None of this is pleasure. All of this is just an illusion of pleasure.
Hey, if I could make a point, the brother Yatazak always make a humorous point, but it has a lot of sense. He says, like, you'll see somebody in a Bentley, which is like a $250,000, $300,000 car in traffic.
Yeah,
That's if that ain't vanity, I don't know what it is. Like, you pay, like, with some people don't live in a house that costs that much money, man. And you sitting in traffic just with everybody else and the person that got the clunker. You know what I'm saying? So that just shows that this place is temporal and all things in this place are vanity, man. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm glad real quick, I'm glad the brother brought that up because I remember me and Yatazak talking about that. We was on our way to camp. Yatazak wasn't with us, but I told him about it. We was in, for those of y'all been around a while, that the Toyota Corolla, the brown one. We in the Corolla, it's about 4 of us on our way to camp, right? And it was a traffic jam on 30, like right as you get into downtown. Everybody sitting in the traffic jam, we in that Corolla, it may be worth $1,000, maybe, right? So we sitting there, I mean, we chilling. We in, you know, before camp, you kind of in the car, kind of in the spirit, maybe you talking about precepts or something that you heard on TV or something, going over something, right? And I just happened to look, I was in the back passenger side, just happened to look to my right, and this, I believe it was a Aston Martin. Oh. Nice cherry red color, all tan interior. Edomite sitting there with a ball cap on. You can tell he had money. And I'm looking at him, and he looking at me, and it was pretty much like, I guess we all in the same boat, right? So I'm looking at him like, man, you spent $200,000, $300,000 on that car. You should be able to fly out somewhere, but you sitting here stuck with me. What does that tell you? What does that example tell you? None of this stuff means anything. From the car to the shoe. Jay caught up in shoes. What is this shoe gonna do for you next year? Jay got it in a box, in a airtight, concealed pressure room in the basement, in his 1-bedroom apartment. Man, I got these Jordans, man. One day. No, one day they're gonna be burnt up.
That's right.
Period, point blank.
That's right, brother.
Go ahead with your presentation.
My people are foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children. They have none understanding.
None. You still talking about Jesus? You ain't got no understanding.
That's right.
You walking around with a cross on your chest, dangling, you got no understanding. Absolutely none. But if you of the people on this side, we willing to work with you. Until we deem that you ain't got it, and we gonna move on from it. Let the Spirit deal with you. All right, go ahead.
They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Wise to do evil. A nigga will break down keys of cocaine all the way down to, the speck. How much I get for just a speck of cocaine. Go through the whole thing. There's songs about it.
That's right.
I learned how to work with cocaine through listening to rap music. Right? I got no intent on dealing cocaine at all, but I know the numbers.
Yeah.
That's Jay. Wise to do evil, but to do good. Go ahead. Did you read that?
They have no knowledge.
They have no knowledge. But to do good, they don't. To not eat pork, they don't know nothing about that. To keep the Sabbath, they don't know nothing about. I can't figure that out. You can figure out all these different things in life. Figure out a way to finagle your taxes. Now you're getting a $20,000 refund. But you can't understand that the Most High is on his way back? All the signs are right here. All you gotta do is read it and then be living, and you should get it. But you can break down all the facets of crack to the spec, everything. They'll tell you how much you'll get for the different pipes that they make. The little baggies, they'll tell you how to make those, how much you can get for the baggies. The whole thing. But to do good, these niggas don't know nothing about that.
Con. I held the earth, and lo, it was without form and void. The heavens, and they had no light. I beheld the mountains, and lo, they trembled, and all the hills moved lightly.
That's good, man.
13. This is Wisdom of Solomon 13.
And I'm reading this to land back on what the brother was talking about earlier with these people worshiping idols, not understanding that all things on the earth are attributed to the Most High.
That's right, brother.
That's it. So you creating some new form of an idol, some beautiful eagle on top of a hill, and everybody looks up to it, and that's who they pray to. The Most High sends a lightning bolt, the eagle drops in half.
Right.
You people still don't get it. All things on the earth, including you, are attributed to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Yet you still ask the question of, is there a God? The fact that your heart is beating is explanation of a higher power.
That's right, brother.
You can't tell me how it's beaten. I mean, the so-called white man has broken it down to a certain point, but he can't create life. He can only imitate life. He can take this brother, throw him on a copy machine, and another brother pop out, but he didn't create nothing. He just made a copy of what the Most High already created.
This is Sirach 18:1. He that liveth forever created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and them is Salaki, and there is none other but He. Salaki, 6. Verse 3. Who governeth the world with the palm of His hand, and all things obey His will. For He is the King of all by His power, dividing holy things among them from profane. Get to the point. Verse 4, to whom have He given power to declare His works? And who shall find out His noble acts? Who shall number the strength of His majesty? And who shall also tell out His mercies? Yeah, the Most High is the greatest power of all, man. All these other people can do, these other nations, like the brother was saying, Esau, all they can do is imitate.
That's right, brother.
Like the brothers earlier said, Amos, the brother brought out Amos, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. The eyes of the Lord, we know scripturally, is the angels.
That's right.
Now, what are the eyes of Esau? the eyes of Esau these cameras, these satellites.
That's right.
He wants your cell phone, your Xbox, everything he uses with the camera, everything he uses to watch you. That's his eyes. Everything the Most High does spiritually, Esau tries to imitate physically. That's why Esau's trying to imitate putting his mark in you physically, how the Most High is supposed to put his mark in you spiritually.
That's right. That's right.
All he does is imitate the Most High, man. Nothing is above the Most High, you know?
Yes. 13?
Come.
I'm going to read a good portion of that chapter.
This is Wisdom in Solomon 13:1. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of the Most High Yahweh.
Who are ignorant of the Most High. Their birthday comes up, they feel like they need to be worshipped. They feel like they want to tell you where to meet them at on a certain time, and then tell you what they want you to bring. All of a sudden, I'm worshiping you. Why? Because you was born on this day. What about all the other trillions of people that are born on this day, or billions that are living now, and all the ones that have died?
That's right.
Ain't nothing special about this day, and ain't nothing special about your black ass either.
That's right, brother.
Ask me for some money. It's my birthday. I'm not gonna give you nothing. Period. Point blank.
That's right.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep everything away from you because it's your birthday. Coming up to me, and then these people let their little kids treat them like that.
That's right, brother.
Sitting at the table, flopping their arms around, everybody giving them a little present. Man, you killing the kid. Kid can't come back from stuff like that.
That's right, brother.
He flopping his arms around. What do you feed him? All kinds of sugary stuff, from a cupcake to a slice of cake to ice cream cookie. You know, Granny brought that ice cream cookie with his name on it, and the name is in all icing. How the kid's supposed to come back from this?
Rolling hot dogs.
Right? Kid brain blew up. All he's sitting around is, man, I can't wait till the next one. Because of all the pleasure that he got on that day. That's sinful. That's witchcraft to put somebody through something like that and then tell them outside of that day that you're supposed to, it's better to give than receive. That's confusing. You killing the kid.
That's right, brother.
You bring him to my house, man, I wish somebody would say birthday. I'm taking some of the stuff you got. I'm talking about you need to be worshipped. You gonna worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in that bedroom with some sheets, with nothing else. You gonna remember that time that you was wanting all them presents for a birthday.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of Yahweh, and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is.
Out of the good things that are seen, you steady asking, where is God? Is there a God? Looking up in the air, is there a God? With that dumbass look on your face. Look around you.
Right. That's right.
Look in the forest.
right.
Who's controlling those trees coming out of the ground? Out of a little seed, those huge trees come up out of the ground. The so-called white man, yeah, he might plant again, but he can't create. He's just going off of what the Most High already put there.
Right. That's right, brother.
All you gotta do is do a little bit of research that's been laid in front of him on how to plant, how to deal with trees, and make it look like it's some weird science, but it's easy. Get your ass out in the woods. I bet you figure it out pretty quick. If I took your car away, you had a precept?
Con, that's
Go
going
ahead.
into what you're saying. This
You
is wisdom.
can break it down too.
Con, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 7. For the Spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which containeth all things hath knowledge of the voice. So it's going into what the brother's going into beautifully, man. Everybody want to look up to the sky and say and ask, you know, is there really a God? If there's really a God, how come you ain't said nothing to me? Like the brother said, man, look around you. You know what I'm saying? Look at the trees. You know, you breathing right now.
Every day.
You know, you can jump up in the air and come back down. How come you just can't float around? You know what I'm saying?
There goes Satan with his cake.
The Most High, the Most High
There goes
is
Satan.
everywhere, man.
There goes Satan with his sugary treats.
Boom.
Trying to capture us up. Now we gonna fight them sugary treats off. And a couple of y'all look sugary too. We gonna stay in the spirit. Like we was talking about, Satan always got some new little trick up for him. We talking about sugary treat, Satan pop up. You want some cake? Salaki, y'all. Go ahead with your precept.
No, that was it. That was it.
We can be cool. I feel like I'm cutting you off.
No, that was good. It's all good.
And cannot out of the good things that are seen know him that is.
What are the good things that are seen? Does not the sun come up every day? And does it not go down? If the sun didn't come up, the world would just wither away. But the Most High has created a perfect thing. So all things work in tandem.
Can I say one thing, sir?
If you give me 1 second, I'll let you say one thing. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, is doing his thing. It's us that's not.
That's right.
And you wonder, is there a God? There is a God. There is a power. What about you? The Most High looking down saying, is there one person that's going to do what I tell him to do?
Right.
That's what you need to be wondering. Am I going to do what the Most High is requiring of me instead of looking up in the air?
Neither.
You want to say something?
What I want to say.
No
I didn't-
disrespect, but make it quick.
I didn't
Make
mean
it
no
quick.
harm or nothing like this. But I can say one thing about God.
All right.
When you say, what can you say? When he wake you up every morning, what is that? Is that a blessing?
I mean, I'll be
You're not
tired, man. I
guaranteed.
don't be wanting to go to work.
Wait, wait, hold up,
Sometimes
though.
I don't want to
Hold up though. Hold
Go
up
ahead,
though.
man. I'm just being funny.
Hold up though. You're not guaranteed to see the whole day.
I feel you.
Because you can have a stroke, a heart attack,
That's right. And that's part of the
But then
point of what
again,
we're saying. What we're
long
talking
as you
about
think it
is the
up,
spirit dealing with
think
men.
it.
Now let me
That's
ask
what
you
I'm
this.
talking about.
Let me ask you this. I smell alcohol.
Yes, sir. I ain't gonna lie, I drink.
You do any kind of drugs or anything like that?
Yes, sir. I used to.
So as you telling me about the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, why don't you let us tell you something?
Say, sir, I don't mind.
Okay, so what I need
I'm
you to do
first.
is, if you got time, just sit and listen.
Yes,
Just
sir,
sit
I
and listen.
will.
We're gonna take care of the whole thing. You are on the train.
Have you ever heard
We're gonna
of-
drive. Go ahead.
Have you ever heard of
First
Revelation?
I said one thing. Don't push it, bro.
Let the word come out, brother. Let the word come out, brother.
Go ahead.
Continuing on to verse 1. Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster.
They didn't consider anything, right? As you going throughout your day, you still have those questions. Man, is the Lord gonna bless me with this, that, and the other? All you need to be asking is, am I doing the right thing? And if you're using drugs, you're not doing the right thing. If you eating pork, you're not doing the right thing. If you having sex with a man, and you are a man, or a woman, and you are a woman, you're not doing the right thing.
Abominable table.
That's what we out here to teach, to preach,
I got you.
but not to everybody.
I got you.
We're
I
out
got
here
you.
trying to get to the elect. So as we're out here sacrificing ourselves, we need y'all to do the same thing. If you're gonna stay and listen, be respectful. This is the house of the living power. We ain't up here talking about Christmas.
Right.
We not up here
didn't say
talking
that.
about Easter. So all we asking is just be respectful.
That's true.
I drove all the way from my house to be right here to do what I'm doing. This
Right.
brother did the same thing. So if you're not going to be respectful, then the conversation is going to change.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. Go ahead.
Verse 2. But deemed either fire or wood or the swift air or the circle of the stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world.
That's right. So these people are so simple-minded, so feeble-minded, that lightning strikes, they get scared, now they worship lightning. They got a name for lightning. Right? They walking out in the forest, they see the biggest tree they ever see. They worship that tree. Right? But never stop to say to themselves, who created this light? I know nobody standing out here did. That secret would have got out a long time ago, right? Who created those trees? Who created the sun? That's who needs to be worshipped. Go ahead.
Verse 3. With whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods.
And don't get it twisted, those things are beautiful. And they are just stupendous to be sitting at the house and it's raining and you hear that loud ass thunder. That does take your mind and your spirit to a whole different place. You start to think like, damn, I could die any second. I don't have control over shit around me. So all those things are wonderful. I don't care if you in the most expensive house in Highland Park or you living in the projects of Oak Cliff. When that bang comes, everybody's saying the same thing. Damn, shit, let me get in the basement. God damn. Everybody's showing reverence to a higher power because they know that that's not man-made. So those things are beautiful, but worship all things in the correct way. Give credit due to where it's due.
That's right, brother.
To Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Go ahead.
Let them know, how much better the Lord of them is.
That's right. Read back. Get that whole
Verse 3, with whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods. Let them know how much better the Lord of them is.
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to tell you that you need to take down that image of a lightning bolt that you pray to every night. You need to pray and show reverence to Yahweh, who is the creator of all things. They'll tell you a whole bunch of stories about a whole bunch of different things. But we can give you the origin of those things. In Islam, the origin of that comes from the Catholic Church. What does the Catholic Church come from? Long story short, it comes from the Hebrew Israelites. The understanding of the Bible. Christianity and all that stuff is an offshoot of the truth. But what we're going to give you for free is the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
That's right.
We're not going to twist it to the point where we're going to ask you for $50 to hear the rest of it. We're going to give it all to you. And then guess what? We're going to be right back here next week, Lord willing, to give it to you again. In case you didn't get it fulfilled that last time.
This is
Just laying back and off you saying, the stuff that's being spoken right now, these scriptures, man, the Most High likens this as being rubies and silvers and gold. This is the true riches right here. And what we're doing, like the brother said, man, we're giving rubies, silver, and gold out freely so you can intake this. Because like they had mentioned earlier before you came up here, let's say if we gave you gold or whatever it is, man, it might feel good right now, but that stuff's gonna burn up at the end of the day. This is stuff that we give you. These are eternal nuggets right here, man. And this is stuff that needs to be taken heed to. You got these people walking all over the place denying the gold and silver that's being poured out, man. You know what I'm saying? But you here, man. You know? Shalak you.
That's a beautiful point.
Can I say something?
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them that believeth not.
Don't be mad at me if you don't get it. Like I said, start looking up in the sky. See if the Lord gonna write the answer in the sky. If you didn't get it, then the Most High didn't want you to get it. But it's no reason to give up because the Most High may be trying you to get it at a certain point in time. So all things aren't given to all people. Even if you are in the truth, you still may not understand all things. But I can't boast myself if I do understand something that you don't. Because I'm still subject to Yahweh Shah, as everybody else is out here.
Yes, that's true.
Lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach is the image of the Most High should shine unto them. For we preach not ourselves, but Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
So all things that we're talking about go back to the origin. The origin is the Most High, through His Son. We have to give all things through His Son. Yahweh Shai. That's what we have to do. We're talking about all the origin of all things that you see around you. Right? We're not talking about something that you can learn in History 1301 over at UNT or over at whatever college. We're talking about the true origin of the living power. This is top shelf stuff that we're dealing with up here. And we're not boasting ourselves because we was once out here walking these streets drunk and in peril, looking for the next good time, looking for something to do, out here trying to find something, but we got taken out of that. So we're trying to give that same notion that was given to us to everybody else. Well, Salaki, not everybody else, those people on this side.
That's right.
And not just anybody, the elect of those people on this side. Because we know, as the scriptures say, once that elect is sealed, it's time to go. I ain't trying to be here no longer than I need to be.
Right.
So I don't like to waste my time with a whole bunch of foolishness. Right? Why would we do that? That's just, probably not, but just prolonging the effort, right? I mean, the Lord has His set time. I'm just speaking as a fool, as they say. You finished with that?
which was Solomon 12 and 4. But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier He is that made them.
How much mightier is the Most High than the lightning, than the tree, than the sun, than the moon? how much mightier is the creator of all those things, right? The creator of all those things made it work in tandem so it never misses a beat.
I can't say nothing.
Now you think that the eclipse is the sun missing a beat. No, that's all perfect timing. Going in tandem with what the Lord set the things up to do. In reference to the earth, the moon and the sun, it's all doing its perfect order. All that stuff is a matter of timing, but people believe that it's just some crazy occurrence. It's the Most High showing you his perfect work. When you hit the gas pedal and the gas goes into engine combustion, all that, that's the Most High. Where did those materials come from? Where did that gas come from? Where did those metals come from? That's all attributed to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. When you're watching a basketball game,
Go to
and
sound
you see
check.
LeBron James dunking and doing all that stuff, you shouldn't attribute that to him. Although, yeah, I mean, he's doing it, but that's the Most High. Creating men to do those crazy things that you see. Go ahead.
Verse 5. For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures, proportionably the maker of them is seen. Verse 5. For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures, proportionably the maker of them is seen.
Now, I was reading this one time, and it thought to my mind, the beautiful women that you see, you attribute that to them, boasting their head up. That's the Most High's creation. So you see those beautiful women, you say, damn, the Lord hooked that one up. Right? All those things that you like, that's attributed to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All those things that you feel good when you see, waterfalls and all that, that's attributed to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You see those things and your heart gets filled with joy. Or your heart, you just feel like nice, peaceful feeling. Even music, the chords of music, that's the Most High's creation. So like,
No. Verse 6. But yet for this, they are the less to be blamed. For they peradventure err, seeking the Most High and desirous to find him. For being conversant in his works, they search him diligently and believe their sight, because the things are beautiful that are seen.
that's right, the things are beautiful that are seen. So they get lost in the translation of everything. The study of the stars. They get lost in the beauty of it. The galaxy. Finding this new planet or seeing this new thing. They get lost in that. And that getting lost in it takes away, they start flowing further and further away from the true thing that created it. Who created the Milky Way? As you see it, and it's so wondrous, who created that? Who created the black hole? Now that you know there's other galaxies, universes, who created all that stuff? That's the beauty. The Most High is to be respected. Not your telescope. Not the guy that made the telescope. You're going to call it the Hubble telescope after the guy that made it. All that stuff should have the Most High stamp on it. But we know who created all this madness. These so-called white people, Edomites. So they're not going to attribute to it. Now, even going back further, you had our people who were the creator of all these things. We wasn't even given the correct attribution to the Most High. We were giving it to ourselves, boasting ourselves to be more than the people. And that's why we ended up on them slave ships, looking like some pitiful people.